Hello, my first graders. Today we're working on page 217. That's lesson 4.2 in your math book. So if you're not on page 217, pause this video and find that page. All right, so if you're watching, that means you're on page 217. You're ready to go. It says use cubes to model the problem. So today what we're going to talk about is how we can take a problem that has a missing number, an addition problem that has a missing number, and turn it into a subtraction problem. Let's look at these two problems. 5 plus something equals 12, or 12 minus 5 equals something. So when you see those two problems, which one looks easier to solve? The one that has a missing number in the middle, or the one that looks like a regular old problem? Well, I hope you said the regular old problem. It's always easier when our problem looks normal, when it has our two numbers at the beginning and equal at the end. Okay, those are usually our easier problems to solve. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, I'm going to use some cubes to just model this for you and show you how these two problems actually go together. So we have 5 plus something equals 12. So it's like saying, I have five cubes, but I need to get to 12. So how many more do I need? So one of the ways that we can do that is counting on, and we've done that before. So here's 5. I add another one is 6, then 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I have 12. So I had 5 green plus how many yellow did it take to get to 12? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 plus 7 equals 12. So 5 green plus 7 yellow equals 12 altogether. So then look down here. We had 12 minus 5. Well, if this is 12, right, it's the same problem. Here's 12. If I take 5 away, well, look, here was my 5, right? How many are left? That's my 7, the 7 that I just added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 12 minus 5 also equals 7. So let me just show you that one more time. Here's 5, and I had to figure out how many more to get to 12. Well, I figured out that I needed 7 more. So 5 plus 7 equals 12 altogether. When I look at my minus problem, it's taking those numbers apart. I start with the 12, I take the 5 away, and that gives me 7 left. Okay, I'm going to show you that with a smaller number too, so you can see. So if I have 3 and I need to get to 5, how many do I need to add? Well, 3, I add one more is 4, another is 5. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. But if I have 5, what if I take 2 away? How many are left? 3, right? Or if I have 5, I take 3 away, now I have 2. So the problems go together, okay? Once we know the big number, okay, then we can use the big number to help us figure out the other smaller numbers, okay? And we've done this before in other ways. Once we have the big number, we can take it apart to find the smaller numbers. So when we have a problem that looks like this with a missing number, it helps us to solve a subtraction problem. Or if we have a subtraction problem and we're having trouble, we can use an addition problem to help us, okay? So it's just knowing that these two problems go together. So if I had 12 and minus 5, it's like, okay, well, 5, how many more do I need to get to 12? So let's take a look at some of these problems. Okay, so it says 9 minus 4 equals question. So they want us to think, if we have 9 minus 4, so if we have 4, how many do we need to get to 9? Okay, so it's like 4 plus something equals 9. Well, 4 plus 5 equals 9. So 9 minus 4 equals 5. Okay, so they want you to see how they go together. And I'm just going to show you that with cubes, okay? So I can have 4. I have my 4. And then I have equal plus something equals 9. Well, how many equals 9? Well, 5 does. So here's my 5. So 4 plus 5 equals 9 altogether. Okay, so if we're doing minus, we have our 9. We take the 4 apart, and then we have 5 left. Okay, so do you remember when we looked at our bar model before? Right? Part with our parts and our total. So if we know the biggest number, which is 9, right? And we always start at the minus problem. We always start with the bigger number. And we have a part. Remember we talked about diagonal means we subtract. 9 minus 4 equals 5. Or 4 plus 5 equals 9. The numbers all go together. Okay, now with this lesson, they want you to be able to know that your facts. Now, we're not there yet. So what I say to you is when you look at these problems, I want you to think, which one is easier to solve? Is it easier to solve the problem that's straightforward, or is it easier to solve the problem with a missing number? Well, for most of us, it's easier to solve the problem that's written normally. Okay, so that's what I want to encourage you to do now. I am showing you how these numbers go together, okay? But for right now, I want you to think about the minus problem, okay? We have our number line. You guys are good with drawing your picture, right? So you can use either way. We can draw a picture. We can use our number line to solve. All right, so what is 8 minus 6? Okay, so when we have a minus problem, that's always our biggest number, right? And we're taking away 6. So they want us to think we could either do 8 minus 6, or we could do 6 plus something equals 8, and we can count 1 to get our answer. Or we can just do the regular minus problem. So I'm going to show you this one just so that we can see that. If we have 6, how many more do we need to get to 8? Well, let's think about that. Here's 6, okay? If I have, and I'll show you, this one is 6, okay? How many do we need to get to 8? Well, here's 6. We add 1 more is 7. The next one makes 8. So 6, 7, 8. I'm counting on. Okay, so 6 yellow plus how many green? 2 equals 8. So 6 plus 2 equals 8. Well, remember we can do a minus problem. If we have 8 and we take 6 away, how many are left? 2. That's how they all go together. Now, I know you don't have these cubes in front of you, okay? So that makes it a little harder. So what I'm going to show you on this one is I'm going to show you without the cubes, just so you can see how could we solve this if we didn't have cubes. So what is 8 minus 4? Well, we could think 4 plus something equals 8. So if you know this fact, just like that, it'd be easy. But we might not know that, so we might need to just think about what's 8 minus 4. We could draw a picture. Could I use my fancy-dancy number line that I made the other day? Yes, I can. Okay, so I could do my 8 minus 4. I start at 8, take my 4 hops back. 1, 2, 3. Where do I land? Oops, I'm sorry. I'm not taking 3 hops back. I'm taking 4. Let me try that again. 8 minus 4. Here's my 8. I take 4 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I land? I land on the 4. So 8 minus 4 equals 4. Could I draw a picture if I needed to instead? I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could I cross 4 of them off? I could. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see I have 4 left? I do. Okay, so if 8 minus 4 equals 4, then 4 plus what equals 8? Well, 4 plus 4 equals 8, right? I have, right, these all go together, right? Here's my 8, 4, 4. Okay, so let's look at this one. What is 10 minus 4? Okay, 10 minus 4. So again, I know you don't have the cubes at home, so I'm going to show you a different way. So let's look at this. 4 plus something equals 10. They want you to know that. Most of us don't know this. So let's look at this one instead. 10 minus 4. We can just solve this, can't we? 10 minus 4. We know that we could use our fingers because we have 10 fingers and we can take 4 of them away. Or we could use our number line to solve 10 minus 4, right? Or we could draw a picture to show 10 minus 4. I'm going to use my number line first, just so I can show you my number line. 10 minus 4. So I'm going to stick my finger on 10. I'm going to take 4 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I land? 6. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Let's do it with our fingers. Everybody show me 10 fingers. Show me your 10 fingers. All right. Minus 4. So we're going to take 4 away. Put 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do you have left? Well, we know this is 5. 5, 6. So we got the same answer. We could even draw a picture. We could do 10 and cross off 4. Okay, so my suggestion for you right now is I want you to practice your minus problems. Show me how you subtract. Then we can take this problem and use it to help us find those missing numbers. See, we used our 10, right? Minus 4 equals 6. So look at this. If 10 minus 4 equals 6, 4 plus what equals 10? Well, we used our 10. We used the 4. What's the missing number? 6. Okay. If 10 minus 4 equals 6, 4 plus 6 equals 10. Okay, so we look and see. We match our numbers, right? That was the one that was missing. Okay. Let's look at number 4. I want you guys to try this one, okay? 10 minus 6. So we could either do 6 plus something equals 12. Some of you might know that one. But if you don't just know that in a snap, I want you to look at the 12 minus 6. You have 12. You take 6 away. What do you get? You can use your number line, right? You should still have your number line from yesterday. You can use a picture, draw your circles and cross them off, okay? We don't have 12 fingers, so we can't use our fingers. I want you to solve this, 12 minus 6, write your answer in, and then I want you to look up here. So if 12 minus 6 equals something, then 6 plus what equals 12? Pause, try this one out. Okay, if you're hitting play, that means that you tried this one and you have an answer. So 12 minus 6. You could have drawn your circles or you could have used your number line. Well, when you had 12 and you took 6 hops back, you landed on 6. So 12 minus 6 equals 6. Okay, so then we had to take this, right, and think, okay, well, 12 minus 6 equals 6. What is 6 plus blank equals 12? Well, here we go. We used our 12. We used our 6. What's that missing number? 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. All right. Now, let's look across the page. Okay, so we're going to try again. 8 minus 3 equals question. So think, 3 plus something equals 8, or 8 minus 3. Well, if you know what 3 plus what equals 8, then you could solve that first, but most of us don't have that memorized yet. So we're going to look over here and we're going to think, okay, 3 minus something, or sorry, 8 minus 3 equals something. Could you draw a picture? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We start with 8. How many are we going to cross off? We're going to cross off 3. So I'm going to cross off 3. 1, 2, 3. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are left. Okay, I could have drawn my picture. Could I have used my number line? Yes, I could have. I could start at 8 and take 3 hops back and saw that it was 5. All right, 8 minus 3 equals 5. So if 8 minus 3 equals 5, 3 plus what equals 8? Well, let's look. Here's our big number. Here's our 3. What's the missing number? Oh, it's 5. So 3 plus 5 equals 8, or 8 minus 3 equals 5. All right. Now you're going to give it a we're going to try this one, 9 minus 5. I want you to look at this. What's the easier one to solve? 5 plus something equals 9, or 9 minus 5 equals something? Which one's the easier one? For most of you, it's probably this one, right? This looks like a regular problem. So I want you to solve this, whether it's drawing a picture or using your number line, and then see if you can figure out what was that missing number. Pause it and hit play when you're ready. All right, let's see how we did. So you were working on 9 minus 5. So if you're hitting play, that means you did this already. Okay, so 9 minus 5. When you solve that, you should have gotten 4. Maybe you used your number line. Okay, maybe you drew a picture. Then once you solved it, we looked at this. Well, 9, 5. What's the missing number? 4. Okay. Let's look at this one. So I'm going to show you one more. So we had 12 minus 7. Well, which one's easier to solve? 7 plus something equals 12, or 12 minus 7? Well, I would say 12 minus 7, right? That's the easier one to solve. So I'm going to use my number line because 12's a lot of circles. Minus 7. So I'm going to take my 7 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did I land? 5. 12 minus 7 is 5. So let's look at this. Here's our 12. Here's our 7. What's our missing number? 5. Okay. So, and I'm going to show us with our blocks one more time so we see how these all go together. I'm going to show you this one instead. 9 minus 5. So if I had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's my 4, right? So here's 5 and here's 4. All together they equal 9, right? But if I was doing a minus problem, I have my 9. I take my 5 away. It equals 4. See how our numbers go together? Or if I have 5, how many do I need to get to 9? Well, I need 4 more, and it equals 9. So they all go together. These numbers go together. The 9, the 5, and the 4. All right, let's look at down here, math on the spot. You can check that out on your own if you want on the video. Carol can use an addition sentence to write a subtraction sentence. Write a subtraction sentence she can solve using 6 plus 8 equals 14. Okay, so a subtraction sentence, right? That's a minus sentence. So if I need to make a minus sentence using this problem. Okay, so I know I need a minus sign, so let me just set that up. I'm going to put my minus sign and my equal sign in. Okay. When I do a minus problem, do I start off with a small number or do I start off with a big number? What do you think? A big number. Which is the biggest number? 14. Very good. So my 14 is going to go right here. I have to start with the biggest number, right? If I started with the small ones, it wouldn't work. If I take 6 fingers, I can't take 8 away, right? I only have 6 up. If I started with 8, I could take 6 away, but it's not going to equal 14, right? So when we do minus, we always start with the biggest number, okay? Our biggest number is the answer to a plus problem, okay? Because we take the two small numbers, we put them together to get the biggest number. For minus, we start with the biggest number. Which small number can I take away? It doesn't really matter, does it? Right? It just says make a subtraction problem. So why don't we just take this 6 away? So 14 minus 6. So I had 14. I took 6 away. What's the missing number? What number did we not use? We didn't use 8. So 14 minus 6 equals 8. I'm just going to show you that with my blocks, just so you have an idea again. All right, here's my 6. Here is my 8. Here's my, whoa, look how big that is. Here's 6 plus 8 equals 14. So if I counted these all up, there's 14. So when I do my minus problem, I keep the same numbers, my 6, my 8, and my 14. But when I do minus, I start with the big number. That big number was 14. If I take 6 away, how many are left? 8, right? Because I'm using my same numbers. What if I did it the other way? Could I start with 14 and take 8 away? Could I take the 8, the other small number, away? I could. So if I started with 14, I took the 8 away. What's left? 6. See how these numbers go together? Right? Our plus problems and our minus problems. Once we have a whole problem, we can use that to solve the other problems. It says, help write an addition sentence Carol can use to help her solve 13 minus 9. Well, wait a minute. They don't have the answer to this, do they? Look at this one. 6 plus 8 equals 14. They don't have that part yet, so we need to solve this first. 13 minus 9. Well, what does 13 minus 9 equal? Could we use our number line? Yes, we could. Find 13, put our finger on it. Take 9 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I ended up on 4. So 13 minus 9 equals 4. If I wanted to, 13 minus 9 equals 4. If I wanted to, I could have did 13 circles and crossed 9 off. That could have given me the answer 4 as well. So now I'm going to take these numbers and make an addition sentence, right? Addition sentence means plus problem. So addition means a plus problem. I'm going to put my plus in, my equal sign. All right. When I add, do I add a big number first or do I add the two small numbers? I add the two small numbers. So look here, where's my two small numbers? Did you say 9 and 4? Yeah, they're my two small ones. So I can put them in here. 9 plus 4 equals, oh, look, I used my 9 and my 4. What's left? What's the big number that it equals? 13. So I have to keep with the numbers that I'm using. Let me show you that with our cubes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Here's my 9. And here's my 4, right? So if I had 13, oops, I had 13, here's 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 9 are yellow, then 4 would have to be green. So now to take it apart, it's like instead of, oops, I should turn it like this. Instead of saying 13, take 9 away equals 4. My plus problem would be I have 9 and I add 4 more and all together it equals 13. Okay, so these, remember, they go together. If you need to pause, you can. If not, we're going to keep going. Now we're going to do problem solving. There are 14 cats. Circle 14. 7 are black. The rest are yellow. How many yellow cats are there? Okay, so I've got my 2 numbers circled. All right, so let's think about that again. There are 14 cats. 7 are black. The rest are yellow. Hey, we're not putting the cats together, right? We're finding the difference. We're comparing or finding the difference. So that's a minus problem. So let's set that up. When we have a minus problem, right, we have to start with the what number? Biggest number. So my biggest number is 14. I take away, what number did they tell us do we have? 7 equals blank. I'm going to have you pause, and I want you to solve this. Either make a picture or use your number line. If you're hitting play, that means you have an answer to this. If not, pause and get your answer in. All right, 14 minus 7. Well, you could have used a picture or you could have used your number line. Start at 14, take 7 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where do I land? 7. 14 minus 7 equals 7. So blank yellow cats. There are 7 yellow cats. All right. Hey, if you made a mistake, you can pause and fix it. All right, let's try this one. I had some pencils. Oh, some pencils. We have a missing number. I had some pencils. I gave 4 pencils away. Now I have 2 pencils. How many pencils did I start with? Let's look at this again. I had some pencils. I gave 4 pencils away. Now I have 2 pencils. How many pencils did I start with? So let's look at that. I had some pencils. We have a missing number. If I gave 4 away, that's a minus. Minus 4. Now I have 2 pencils, so it equals 2. So we have something minus 4 equals 2. That's a hard problem to do with the missing number. So just like we practiced before, could I take this and turn this into a plus problem? Would that help me? I'm missing the biggest number, the number I'm supposed to start with. Do I have my 2 small numbers? I do. So what can I do with those 2 small numbers? I can add them together. So I'm going to say 4 plus 2 equals. That's going to help me figure out what's my biggest number. I have my 2 small numbers. So let's see, what's 4 plus 2? Well, let's put 4 in our head, 2 in our fingers. You ready? 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. So what's our missing number right here? Right, we have our 4, we have our 2. What's that missing number? 6. Hey, so how many pencils did we start with? We started with 6. So that was our missing number. Okay, that's what goes here. So let's just look at that and see, does that work? If I have 6, I'm going to show you with my cubes. If I have 6 and I take 4 away, there's my 4. I'm taking them away. Do I have 2 left? It does. It works. So 6 minus 4 equals 2. So 6 was the missing number. It was the number I needed to start with. All right. Go deeper. Sarah has 8 fewer flowers than Anne. Anne has 16 flowers. How many flowers does Sarah have? Okay, so let's work on this problem. Anne has 8 fewer flowers than Anne. So if she has fewer, are we adding these two numbers together or are we subtracting? We're subtracting. We're finding the difference between Anne and Sarah. Doesn't ask us how many they have all together. It just says she has 8 fewer. So we need to find out how much is 8 fewer. So that's take away. So we need to set up our problem. Remember what I said about minus problem? What number goes first? Is it a small number or the big number? It's the big number. Which one's the biggest number? 16. It's a minus problem. What's the number we're taking away? 8 equals. All right, you're going to solve this. Pause, solve it. When you're done, check your work. Remember, picture, number line, however you want to solve. Okay, 16 minus 8. When you solve that, you should have gotten 8. Okay, 16 minus 8 equals 8. I used my number line. How many flowers? 8 flowers. So if you need to pause to fix that, you can. Okay, look at our last one. Look at the facts. Write the missing number in each fact. All right, you have 5 plus something equals 12, or 12 minus 5 equals something. Which one's the easier one to solve? Think about it. This one probably, right? It's a normal looking problem. I want you to pause and solve this, okay? And then think, what's the missing number here? Use this problem to help you solve this one. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, if you're hitting play, that means you solved this. Don't hit play until you solve, so you're ready to check. 12 minus 5. Maybe you used your number line, or maybe you drew 12 circles and crossed 5 off. What did you get? Did you get 7? 12 minus 5 equals 7. Okay. All right, now let's look at this. 5 plus what equals 12? Well, here's our 12. Here's our 5. What was that missing number? 7. Okay, so you should have had 7. See how they match up? 12 minus 5 equals 7, or 5 plus 7 equals 12. We take our two small numbers, they equal the big number. All right, boys and girls. Okay, you're going to practice this some more on your personal math trainer. Okay, go on to Think Central.